So,
Wait, but let me ask you one question.
yep, go
I
ahead.
do have one question.
Yep,
I noticed on the plate.
yep.
All right, shopping that plate to that member. So if you zoom in on your plates
This one?
there, yeah. Well, either one with the bolts or whatever.
Yep.
Because I found it when I was trying to put the holes. I didn't seem the holes the bolts didn't seem to go through the top flange for some reason.
Those bolts?
Yeah, when I put mine in there.
Okay, okay. Have you okay, because while creating the bolts,
Uh-huh.
like when you select this tool here, you have to pick up your plate and your beam.
And okay. All right, gotcha. Okay,
The two connected elements. Now there
gotcha.
is no reason that he won't go
Okay,
through all the like if we check. See it?
gotcha. Okay. Yeah, because I only selected the plate,
Yeah,
not the beam flange. Okay,
yeah, no problem.
okay. And
Uh,
that'll
do
automatically shop that plate.
have you think about this option here? Add object to the connection?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't. I didn't use it.
Well, this
In
one
that
will
case.
be really useful.
Okay.
This add object to connection,
Yeah.
that will be really useful for you guys.
Okay.
Okay, today we will see mainly the connections. Um, to have the connection palette here. Well, guys, I have a lot of feedback, sound feedback here, so I will mute you. And if you, well, I will stop, and if you have some questions, that will be the time.
Yeah, I have a lot of sound feedback too.
Okay, so we'll mute you guys. That's better. To have the connection tool palette here, you have to go to extended modeling here and return to connection vault, the first one. Maybe while clicking here in your screen, you won't have those favorites here because the way that it works. Like for example, we have the base plate here, plate as beam, like this one, to have a little preview about what the connection is. You have a little arrow, so if you click, you will have a little preview of what the connection is, what it's look like. Here we have some pictures, like base plate. We see it here. If I just drag it down here. Like we have base plates. We have, two base plate. Do you see it while just clicking? Here, the very first one, you have favorites. Like if under plates at beams, tab here, you really use, you use frequently the base plate. Just if you click on the little star here, this connection will be on your favorites. It's as like, the favorite pages in the internet, exactly the same thing. Like, for example, if I use, for example, okay, column, beams of column. For example, this moment connection, if I use it like a lot, I only have to click on the little star and it will be on my list, on my favorites here. So I will start with the plates at B, especially with the base plate. Here I have, as I said, I have the pictures describing what will be the connection. Here I have the selection order. Do you see it? The selection order, one column. I only have to select the column in this case. So I will start with it. To apply it, I only have to click on it and go to the model. to have more space in the model, I can just drag down this this arrow. So when I select baseplate, click on it. Now select object, and on top of that I have select column. When we select the column, hit enter. I have this baseplate here. This is the one by default for the W's, because if we go to the library, we have default for the W profile and the default for HSS profile. This is the only connection that have, the by default for two type of beams. But as I said, you can fully customize your connection, put another thickness, put another anchor type, another distances, and then just come here under library and save the values. So I will go through this macro, the baseplate macro, like here. If I want to go for the thickness, if I want to change the thickness, here, as I said, I always have pictures. So value number 1 inch. So if you want to change that to 2 inches, you see it? You just shorten up the column and just make the plate thicker. And for the layout, I have projection total. For the layouts, now you won't use them because in this connection, it's not really it's not really useful for in this special connection. But for other connections, maybe that will do the job. This will be the key. This will be the key value for you guys. Column shortening, like here, the level, the ground level is here, and the column is shortened by 2 inches. Here, the column shortening, none. If I put none, see what's happening? I'm gonna do plate thickness, none. Do you see here? And I can put a value instead of plate thickness or none. I can put a value like 3 if I want to put like leveling plate or something like that. But in my case, I will just put it back to plate thickness. For the direction, I will just let it by column. For the base plate dimensions, all projections are equal. Like if I have here 1/4, if I put like 2, I will have equal values in here in number 1. See number 1 here? I will have equal values in the four corners. For the plate corners, if I wanna have something else like DC here, or cut, or convex, something like that. So we'll just put it back to none. For the anchors, here I have the anchor diameter. I have the anchors. I have the anchor type. If I want to invert the anchors, put it up. Hole tolerance, the hole, this hole. When I select the plate, do an orbit, I will see only the holes. For the hole tolerance, by default it's 5/16, but I can, put something else. I can just say, okay, create the connection, but I don't want the anchors. Create only the hole. I don't need the anchors. I only have to check this. For the washer plates, if I want to create some, see them here. For the anchor parallel, here the number I have 2 by default, but I can put 4 instead. In this case, I have to In this case, I have to redimension my plate, my base plate. So we'll just put it back to 2 here. Offset from center. If I put like 2, do you see the offset from center? Just put it back to 0, so it will be on the center. Watcher parallel. It's exactly the same thing, but in this direction, in the other direction, it's exactly the same thing. For the welds, do you see the welds here? Those weld symbols. This one, and this one. Well, those ones are controlled by welds here, and we can specify the thickness, thickness as well, a top flange and bottom flange, and the weld type of each one. Here, if I want to create leveling plate, as I said in the beginning, shim plates here. Do you see it? I only have to put some values. Create shear anchors. Is it a profile or a plate? If I put plate, let's see here. See them? He will just put those plates here. He will put 4 actually. Well, 3. And I can absolutely control the dimensions for the shear anchors. It's all the macros are looking the same thing. I will just return here and put it to none. Maybe come here and put it 1 outside. Do you see it? The flange stiffener. It's well, as I said, it's only it's only one value to change, and you will see it. For the outside, you will always have pictures here at your right to describe what the thing is. For the holes, if I want to put some galvanizing holes here, do you see the holes here? Well, it's really, you only have to go through all the options here just to make sure that your connection is exactly what you want. After that, don't forget to come to the library and save the values. Those values, for example, this connection, you will use this connection very often. So I will edit it here. Test training. Just hit OK. You will save it. This test training will be for life in my computer. So I will use it in this project, the next one, the next year, the next decade. Well, it won't be deleted. So now I just finished the base plate explanation. I will unmute you guys.
I'm muted.
Do you have?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, I have a couple of questions.
Go ahead.
The first is, if I'm in the menu and I click out of the menu, how do I bring it back up?
Oh, if you click here, like on a weld symbol on a plate, like in a component of oh, I really have feedback here. So Tony, you are the one that's causing the feedback.
I'm muted. You are the one that's causing the feedback.
If I right click, if I just select one of the components of the connection, right click, go to Advanced Joint Properties.
Okay.
That will bring back this intelligent box. and you will have access to this, all the options to modify them. Or if you see this box here, double click on it.
Okay.
That's all. Do you have any other questions?
Yes, my next question was sometimes I want a nut on the end of an anchor bolt. How do we handle that?
Nuts. I think we have an option for it here. Yes, it's only the anchor type that you will use. Here we have a lot of types here.
Okay.
Select the one that will do the job for you. Any other questions?
No, sir.
Okay. How about Tony? Hello, Tony.
Hey. Hello.
Hello. Do you have any questions?
Hey. No, it looks pretty straightforward. The only thing that I do have, you went to, in order to get to that, I wish I had another monitor so I could just kind of follow along with you, but you went to Connection Vault under...
Yes, extended modeling.
Extended, okay.
Go to the Connection Vault.
Connection Vault, okay. All right.
And just click there.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you want me to move forward to next connections, or do you want to have 5 minutes practice with this one?
Yeah, let's take 5 minutes because I got a couple of different type of columns in my model.
Okay, perfect.
So I got a HSS and I got wide flange too. So
by the way, just do one connection.
Okay.
Just one.
Okay.
And do it right. After that, I will show you one trick that will simplify the life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hamza, I do have another question.
Yep. Go ahead.
Various jobs have different grades of anchor bolts they want.
Yep.
And I've noticed there's only one grade. No matter what connection we've done up to this point, there's only been one type of grade in the connection options.
Anchor grade. This one.
Uh-huh.
As I said here, we will see this tool here, the GradTech Advanced Manager. And we will handle
that's later on.
Yes, well, we will handle how to create, anchors, nuts, washers. Like for example, for this one, if I select this one, for the grade, I can hit new and add new grade. It's not really a problem.
Okay, and that will take effect for all jobs?
Yep.
Okay.
You won't have to do it each time. It's saved into the bases of the software, and you won't have this issue.
Okay.
So if you have any other questions, I'm still here.
Okay, I think maybe, Tony, the level on your mic is turned up.
You said the level?
Well, yes. Because we have, each time I speak, I have to mute you.
Are you using
Are you
speakers or
using
headphones?
speakers?
No, I'm having the headphones.
Oh. That's weird. So now I will jump to um, the connection tools. Now we have seen the the baseplate connection, how to do it. But now how to copy it, how to copy a connection. If you use AutoCAD copy or disk copy, it won't work. The best way to do that is just to come here to tools, and we have here create by template. When you select any component of the connection, anyone, no matter where. Is it weld symbol, a plate, a bolt, an anchor, and hit enter. Now select the object. Now he is asking you to select a column. Now if I select this column, hit enter, I will have exactly the same connection. And see my cursor, I can select another column without hitting any enter, anything. Hit enter, I will have it, and so on.
Okay.
Which one was that?
That was under tools. This one, the second one, that was create by template.
Create by template. Okay. Select the connection.
Can you try it and let me know if it works? Exactly.
Okay.
Do you want me to show you that one more time?
Let's just create multiple, right? Right beside the create.
Create by template.
A template.
Multiple. Okay, we'll do it again. Create by template multiple. Select any component. Is it, well, I will pick the intelligent box. Now just select all of them one shot and hit enter.
Is it possible to put a connection on top of a connection accidentally?
Yes. It's not really suggested.
Well, no, I mean accidentally.
Yes, you can do that.
So if I already had a base plate on a column and I selected all the columns, I could actually have two base plates on one
above.
column?
Yep, one above the other. As I just did here, like for example, this seems to be exactly the same, just one. But when I hit move, select only this plate, he will object instead there is two objects, one above the other. So now if I select one plate, hit delete and hit move right now, select, oh, now it's just one.
And one more time, how do you get if the box is not shown, how do you get the boxes shown?
Select any piece of your connection, right click, advanced joint properties.
That's right. Okay, sorry.
No problem.
All right, now hands up. If I go into the, all right, I've copied it to all the columns I wanted this base plate on, right? Using the multiple. Now let's say, for instance, I realize that connection is, I want to change it. Let's say I want to change the base plate thickness.
Yep.
So then I just click on one of the boxes for just one of those columns. Will it change it for all of them then automatically?
No, this will be, we'll see next tools.
Okay.
That will be slave master. All the connections that you will create, they will be related to one connection.
Okay.
And if you change the master connection, all the slaves will follow.
Okay.
As if you want to delete a connection, it's not suggested to select all. Just select, and it's not suggested to select the box neither. Select one component, like a plate or weld symbol, just one. Just like if I select this one, hit delete, it will be deleted. But if I select the box, hit delete, that means another thing. That means that you want your connection won't be any intelligent anymore, and you will be able to redimension it manually and put some stuff manually.
Okay. By just deleting the box.
Yes.
So if you wanted to delete that connection, you just have to click on the component, one of the components in that connection.
Exactly. Like this weld symbol, this one, if I delete it, the whole connection will be deleted.
Ah.
The smallest thing is enough, you know.
Okay. So in order to modify that one connection, I need to delete the box.
Nope. If you want to modify this connection, double click on the box, go here under all those parameters and
Right. Okay.
and modify it.
Okay.
If the parameter that you will use on your connection isn't on this list, and you are sure about that, because generally the macros, the connection macros are they are complete. But if you are really sure that your connection is fancy or something like that, it's not really standard, you don't have the choice. You have to delete the box and then just change it to whatever else.
Okay.
Does it make sense for you guys?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's move to the next type of connections. Okay, let's say we will start with a clip angle. Here under platform beams, the first one will be clip angle. I suggest just to click on the little star at the right of clip angle, so it will be on your lists. I don't know if you are using clip angles. I think that yes. Here, if I select clip angle, I have those pictures here, and I have the selection order. Select the beam and the beam to connect. What they mean with beam, they mean column, and the beam to connect, well, it's the beam to connect. So when I pick this option here, I have, as they say here, I have to select the column first. So the column first, enter, add the beam second, enter. So if I come here, this is the one by default. It's bolted. You see it? Without any copes. But if I go here, clip angle, is it double or single left or single right? See it right now, it's just single right. So we'll put it double. Here I have long leg side on the secondary. The secondary is the beam. The main is the column. The angle weld, is it welded at the column or welded at the beam? Now it's none because it's bolted. But, well, in real life, it will be welded as main. So I will select here instead of none, I will weld it at main. So I will have something like this. Seems to be getting now. After that, here the weld location. This, please pay attention at this, because if the weld is made at the shop, if the weld is made at site, it's something else. But in this case, it's it's normal. It's how it's supposed to be. Now for copes, for top cope, I don't want it, so I won't go here any further. So I will go here on bottom cope, and on the bottom cope I will put just cope. But here what I'm seeing is my cope isn't long enough for my clip angle. So I will come here and see my picture. Do you see number 1? This is the length of the cope. So number 1, where it is, cope length is 3 inches. It's not enough, so we'll put 4. 4 is enough. You see it right now? Okay. Now for the bolt parameters. For the bolt location, now for the diameter is 3/4, bolt type, bolt grade, for the bolt assembly. Now the most important thing, for the bolt location as secondary, it means these bolts here, they are located on the shop. In real life, the fingers, how can I do? Well, the balls in real life, the balls are made on the site. By default, the software put them on the shop, but it's not really right. So I will just put them inside. If you don't put them inside, there is some options. We have seen them yesterday. There is some options to check if where my assembly is done. Is it on the shop or on the site? We have seen them yesterday. I think you remember those.
Yes.
If all the assembly is done on the site, well, on the shop, I mean, you will have trouble with the 2D drawings. It's not really correct.
Okay.
So here for the horizon.
Let me ask you something, Hamza.
Yeah, go ahead.
Standard in most of the fabricators I deal with are shop welded, field bolted, so that would mean the bolts are, of course, you know what I'm saying?
So, okay.
So the bolts would be on the other leg, and the clips would be welded to the beam.
No problem. It's not really a problem. So if here, okay, here, angle weld, welded at secondary, this way,
Yeah.
no problem. Just go here under bolt parameters. For the bolts, are they made, well, for the bolts, is it made in the site or on the shop?
Inside.
On site.
So just make sure that put site here. And for the welds, angle weld, is it welded at shop?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, just make sure that you specified what will be in real life in the
Okay.
macro.
Okay.
Okay.
Just put
Let me
it
ask you.
there. It will work.
Okay. So if you had bolted connection, then those bolts that are on the beam itself will be, just list those as shop bolts, and the ones that are going to the column, then they'll be site bolts.
Well, it's not really the problem. The
Okay, yeah,
problem
I'm just
is
saying, just
yes, yes. It will be like this, but the problem will be he will consider this one, and you know all this as one piece, as an assembly, and the software will consider all this those three pieces as an assembly, and it will comes out of the shop like this. And there is no drawing styles assigned to this situation. In real life, it's not done like this. I mean, um, this is an assembly, but it's not done at the site like this, like the welds are on site and the bolts are done on the site. That's what I'm trying to explain.
So this would be correct if the clips were shop and the bolts were side, it would work.
The way that you have explained to me, this will work. Just don't put all of them inside
I got you.
or all of them in shop. Well,
right.
inside it's correct, but in the shop this will create a problem.
So you cannot shop any bolts at all to. I mean, you cannot say
Well,
shop bolts into
yes.
any beam.
Let me explain it. Let me do the mistake, and I will explain it here.
Okay.
Okay, shop. Okay, bolt parameter. Make it shop. So here, if I display connected objects in the shop to this beam, so I will go on the bolt parameter. Do you see here? All this for the software, all this will be one piece. He will consider all this as one piece.
Okay.
It's not really correct. There is two pieces here.
Right.
That's the main difference. So just make sure that for the bolts, make them side, okay, and for the weld, make them shop. Perfect.
Okay.
For the bolts, horizontal bolts, if you want to put like more numbers for the numbers, vertical bolts. Here we have 3. I can put them back to 2. The clip angle will adapt. Put it to 3. I can fully customize the the shape of my clip angle with those numbers. Just take those numbers as reference. You won't be lost. Here I have some shim plate, some slotted part, and at the end I have my library. If I want to save the values, edit that. Bolted, welded. That's perfect. So now that was the clip angle. Let's see the something like the okay, the shear plate. It's working exactly the same. the same okay, I only have to select the column first, enter, beam second, enter. See it right now, this is the by default one. I won't put anything on it. The dialog boxes, as I said, it's looking all the same, with the same pictures, with the same values. You only have to put the right values, and don't forget to go and save it into your library. That's it. Okay, in this, well, yes, in this case, this safety bolt connection, do you use that?
Yes.
Okay, let's go here. Okay, double-sided end plate with safety bolt. When I click here, okay, we'll return here. Beam intersecting, and the other beam intersecting. So what they mean by the first beam, they mean the column. So I have to select the column first, the first beam, enter, and the last beam, enter. Do you see it now? This is the safety bolt connection with little copes on top of the plates here, the end plates. And as I said, it's exactly the same macro. I won't go through it again. It's exactly the same. So maybe I will show you one last thing. Just the end plate connection. Okay, let's do it here. And plate. Okay, here column, beam to connect, perfect. So the column first, enter, beam to connect, enter. We'll have your, well, this is a little weird because of the bolts location, but as I said here, for the bolts, you have these options here just to offset them and to place them wherever you want. It's not really a problem. So guys, I will let you practice that. I will let you 10 minutes for that. I will be right back in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Seems to be good?
Okay. Yes.
Perfect. I will just show you how to copy those connections here. For the base plate, it was really simple because the selection order, it was only a column, only one piece. But here, when I go to create by template and select one of the components of this connection, enter. Now, it's clip angle, yes. Okay. So now I have to select the column, enter, and the beam, enter. Exactly as like I will recreate it again. Seems to be good?
Yes.
Okay. That was the create by template. That's the normal one. The connection by connection. If I want to use, for example, create by template multiple, select this one, select this one, enter. Now I have to select first all the columns. And then hit enter. After that, all the beams. And then enter. Well, in here it's not really the right thing to do. It's not the right connection. Okay, we'll delete it from here. And here. From here neither. So, do you get the point, guys?
Yes.
You have to select the columns first, hit enter, and then all the beams, enter. That will do the job.
Okay.
Do you want to try it, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let you 3 minutes for that. So the next part will be slave master connection. As I said here under tools, do you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
Okay, under tools, here we have create by templates multiple. It will allow you to create some connection, but without any control between them. But here, create joint in a joint group. This is the slave master connection. So when I click here, I have to select the master one, the reference. When I click, enter. Now I have to select now to reproduce the connection. Just select this one, enter, this one, enter. So I will have the same connection. Try it this side. Perfect. Here too. Here. That's perfect. Well, those 4 connections are linked back to this one. So for the last one, I will just hit enter. The slave joint is different from the master. Do you want to separate it? No, I don't want to. And why? He will highlight me this one. Why? Because this one is different from this situation, is different from all the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like this one, those, they are connected to the flange. This one is connected to the web. He is telling me that this one is not exactly like the others. So that's why he is just highlighting it. So let's do a check. Let's cross our fingers. When I come here, double click vertical bolts. If, for example, this one is the master. If, for example, I put here 2 bolts, okay, let's check. Oh, here we go. You see it?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
They just followed what I just did. If I put 4 here, do you see them?
Yes.
Adapting. So we'll just put it back to 3 and pass to the next example. That was create joint in joint group. Here I have create joint in joint group multiple. You see, it's exactly as create by template and create by template multiple. Here, if you remember, I was just clicking here, here, the column first, the beam, this connection, the column first, beam. So I will just delete them and put the other example here. So create joint in joint group multiple. This one is working exactly like this one, but it's it's more quick. I will select the master, enter. Now, first I have to select my columns. Those 2, enter, and then my beams. Those, enter. The slave joint is different from the master. Do you want to separate it? I will just hit no. He will create them. And it's linked back to the master one. So if I want to here just to check if he is lying or not. Oh, he's not lying. Seems to be good.
Yep.
Okay. So one last thing. Like for example, you have done one floor with this slave master connection, and you really don't remember where the master connection is. You can simply double click on no matter which connection, because those slave you cannot, everything is gray out, everything. You cannot change any parameters within those slaves connections.
Okay.
If you forget where the master is, just double click on any connection, any slave connection, go here under properties, you have upgrade to master. Now when I select this, I will have access to all of them, and when I go to vertical balls, I will select 2 instead of 3. He will take the control of the group.
Okay.
Seems to be good.
Yes.
Okay, well, I will let you time to practice the slave master, how to create them. After that, we will see the 2 last options. I will let you guys 5 minutes to do that. I will be right back.
Okay.
So now we will see some bracing connections. Okay, for that you have to put your members first. So I will put some L bars here. Make sure that the system lines are in touch. For the positioning, just make sure that it's on the extremity. Maybe I will just mirror this one. Here. Check if they are in touch. Well, no, they aren't. So we'll just move it here. Check here. Yes. That's good. Maybe I will put something bigger. This will do the job. Perfect. So now, just come here. Under general racings, if I drag here, I will see here gusset plate to column and base plate. But in the picture, do you see here? Well, let's drag it down just to see the picture. Do you see we have base plates and we have beam, column, and the diagonal here? Do you see it? So it will work for both cases. The base plate and the top with column, beam, and the diagonal. So here for the selection order, only for bracings, the selection order, we start with the beam, column, diagonal, only for bracings. For all other connections, we start with columns. Only for bracings, we start with beams. So if I select this connection here, as I said, we have to start with beams, enter, select the column, enter, and then the diagonal, enter. Do you see the connection that I have here? As I said, you don't have to go to create a plate, create welds, create bolts to have this connection. You already have it here. And the dialog box here is really looking exactly the same thing. So I won't go through all those parameters because it's really visual. You know, it's
Right.
really visual. You won't be lost anyway. So I will give you another example here on the base with the base plate. So we have to select this one here, column, enter, base plate, enter, and diagonal, enter. Here we go. Now here, for example, if I want to put it parallel here, put it back. Do you see it here? And you see we have a lot of possibilities with that. So you know I will need maybe another example within the HSS. But before that, maybe I will, yes, this one, the one on the middle. Okay. Okay. So here, if I want to use this connection here, gasket plate, it's under general bracing. We have a lot of possibilities. You only have to pick the one that you need for the selection order. If it's up, you have to start with the beam. If it's bottom, start with the column, base plate, and then the diagonal. As simple as that. You don't really need to know more than that. So here, if I gasket plate in center, if I gasket plate in center, well, gasket plate in center. If I really don't know the software, I have to only read what is written here. The selection order, diagonal beam, 2 diagonal, 3 diagonal beams. So I have to have 3 different pieces, but now I only have 2 pieces. So I have to split one of those diagonals. To do that, we have seen this split beams. Do you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So if we split this one, enter, here maybe, enter, that will do the job. So I will return to my connection here. Yeah, this one. Select this one, enter, second one, enter, and the third one, enter. I will have for the first, the first result I will get is this one. This is by default one, and as I said, you don't need to know exactly where to go. You only need to follow the steps here. Just here the rectangular offsets. You only need to follow those pictures, and you won't be lost. For the bolts, if something is grayed out like this, it's because something on top of it, like connection at main, it's none. That's why bolts on main, there is no bolts, because there is no connection at main. So if I put, like for example, welds, it will still be grayed out because I have put welds instead of bolts. But if I put here, if I put bolts, I will have these options available. Do you understand the logic?
Yes.
Okay. That was it for the this kind of bracing. Let's
Answer, I got a question.
yep.
So on the boats, as far as putting them shop or site or what have you, is this the same situation here as well? So
Yeah,
all
it's
those boats should be just listed as site then.
you well connected. Well, this is the location of the
Yeah.
you have the choice. Just put whatever you have on your fabrication drawing. If if you have something weird, just put it. Maybe the software will handle that later within the 2D drawings. Seems to be good.
Well, I just didn't want it to be like all shopped together as an assembly, like you were showing us with the beam.
No, if it's
column
calculated, if it's logical, you won't have any problems.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the first kind of connection we could have here, but there is another one. But for this one, it's 4 diagonals. This is the 4 diagonals. So I will need 4 pieces. So I have to split this one too. So if I go here, I have to split beams, split it, enter. Okay, like for example here, enter. I will go like 4 diagonals, middle gusset plate. Select this one, first one, enter, second one, enter, third, fourth one, enter. I will have something like this. And as I said, I really have pictures. I won't explain it. For those that have the pictures on it. Seems to be good. Do you have any questions?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Okay. Now let's jump to the HSS bracings. Here I have selected the L the angle section, the L shape. For the sections for the HSS ones, I have to select square, rectangle, hollow sections. From here to here. Oh, this size is a little big, so we'll just put something else. Okay, that will do the job. Maybe I will mirror that. No, and check if it's really, oh, yes. That will do the job. Okay.
In a situation like that, that's the only way you know that those two intersections are connected, by just zooming in and looking at it. So if you try to apply a connection, if it's not quite on there, will it not make the connection then or something?
It will. But, well, for the bracings, it will. Because sometimes the work point isn't here, exactly here.
Right, right.
Because, like, if I put it, like, down by 1 feet, he will adapt. Do you see it here? We'll just adapt the connection. If I put it up 6 inches, do you see it here? We'll just adapt it.
Yeah.
It's not really.
Yeah, so if I want it.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, let's say for instance if that work point was going to the center of that beam.
Yep.
Then I could just come down whatever the distance is of that beam depth.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really a problem.
No need for a link.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No need for to try to offset the bracings too, you know?
Yep.
I mean, offset, you know, in the parameters of the beam, the X and Y, Z, and all that mess.
Well, okay, here I was in general bracing. Here I will jump to tube bracings, tube connections.
Mhm.
Well, just browse for for the right one. I will use this one. When I click here, it's exactly the same selection order. Beam first, enter, column second, enter, and the diagonal third. Hit enter. That will do the job with the sandwich plate, all that stuff. Seems to be good. And it's looking
Still with
exactly
a
the same thing. Yep, go ahead.
let's just if you got that connection that and you wanted to change that instead of being a sandwich plate connection, if you wanted to change that to where that gusset, I mean that tube brace frame actually to that gusset is slotted over that gusset, do you just go there and can you just change it from there, or do you have to delete that macro and create a new
No,
macro?
no. What you want exactly to do?
I want to change that connection to where the gusset, I mean where the brace actually frames to the gusset. So that gusset is that brace, that tube brace is slotted over the gusset instead of having the plates on there.
Oh, like using a connection like this? Simple one?
Yeah,
Without sandwich plate?
yeah, without sandwich plate. Yeah, you just all you're gonna do is just slot the
Well,
gusset. I mean, slot the brace over the gusset. So you just have to go back to the macro and find the one that's like that, or you can just change it here.
well, because if you have to pick up your right connection the first time.
Okay, okay,
This is not the right connection, you know.
right, right.
So you have only to delete it. Don't delete the
Okay,
box. Deleting the box will be will be the last option, the very last option.
so
If
just delete.
really,
Okay,
you know, you are pretty sure that, you know, it doesn't work and there is no uh, you know, you cannot do it without exploding without deleting the box.
mhm,
Okay, so here I will just maybe copy by template this connection here.
mhm.
Column, base plate, diagonal. Perfect. So now I will split this beam because I will use let's say this connection, the through plate connection.
Okay,
Um, okay, I have to split it first. Split beams. Select this one here and go back here. This one. We will start by the one that is not splitted. Enter the second one and the third one. You see it here?
mhm.
Well, as I said, it's really visual. You can fully customize that. Um, Maybe I will give you one last example.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yep.
So now that base plate connection, brace connection you just made,
Yep.
and now that base plate is not long enough. So now you just go into that joint and extend that base plate.
This base plate?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
So we'll come here, go to base plate dimensions. Here Projection maybe number 2. Make it 5. Oh, it's not the right one.
Like
Either.
projection 1, isn't it?
Yep. I will make it 10. That will do the job.
Okay.
Okay. So now, the last. Yep. You were saying anything?
I was about to say something because I was thinking if that base plate was the same or in a group, then I would have to delete that connection from the group.
From the group. Yeah, just
Yeah.
use this one here. Delete from the group.
Yeah.
Remove this join from group join.
And then change the, okay.
Exactly. You will have the complete control of it.
Okay.
So now I'll give you the last example here with this one. Yes, tube connection with sandwich plate 2 diagonals. When I click, we only have. I will check the selection order. Oops, not this one. Yep. I will have to select the beam first diagonal, the second diagonal. We'll have something like this. And just check for something. If I move it right, check what's happening.
That's pretty amazing.
It is.
It knows the beam is there, and it's not even touching.
Yeah.
Right. All you have to do really just find what work point where you want that to go to. Once
Exactly.
you identify that, then you're good to go.
Exactly.
Wow.
Now, for example, if yep.
No, go ahead. I was going to say, I guess the only thing I'm trying to get used to is working outside of a joint, because typically when I'm looking in a joint, I can physically see in that joint everything. Like now, you're rotating your screen to view the different views you want to look at, and you're really quick at doing that, and I'm slow at doing that because I'm so used to being
with
inside
3D,
of that.
something like this, 3D. That will come. I will give you like 1 week. 1 week. After 1 week, you will be really good at that. At showing what's happening.
Yeah. I know it will come with time.
Yeah, that will come with
we're
time.
used to working in viewports where
Right.
you
have
four,
an ISO, top left and whatever.
It's not. Well. This is my personal opinion. It's not really the best thing to do.
What's that?
With the viewports, because sometimes
I've been working on ScrewCAD for 17 years, so
and
to see this, that's what I'm saying. It's just me personally. I mean, James may already have it picked up, but me personally, it's just gonna take some time. Like you said, within a week of playing around.
Yes.
Maybe so, but.
Yeah, after 1 week you will be used to it. Just make sure of that. You were using this top, this top, front, right, left, back, bottom.
Yeah, like all in the joint together. So if you
just like this.
Yeah, similar to that, but you
they
have
were all on
four
the same screen.
Views on the same screen. Yeah.
Okay,
you have an ISO, you have a top, bottom, so you can see that joint in four different
do you mean viewports here? You can split your screen to like 4 equal, right? Okay, like this, and just click here. See it.
Yeah, see it there.
And here.
Then you see a right side over there.
Make it is ISO.
Yeah,
like
ISO
this.
There. Yeah.
And here work. Well, it's killing me working like this. Like it's pretty small screens, and you have 4. There's no need. Well, for me,
Well, Yeah. Again, you know, with that's the way I've been looking at things for 17 years now. But
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, this is. I think this is good. I think this it's just gonna have some me personally get some taking some time to get used to
Yeah, you will,
because
you
I
will.
went
Just take the time.
and
You
the
will,
reason why
yeah, go ahead.
okay, and the reason why I said that is because when I'm creating connections
Yep.
and I'm looking at my offsets, I'm looking at my
Mm-hmm.
just a different layout of the plates and everything inside of that joint.
Mm-hmm.
I can see everything and I know it's where I want it to be. And
Yes, yes.
and I can see that here. It
Yep.
just I got to rotate my screen to see
Mm-hmm.
what. Like when we were going through and we were changing the bolts and
Well, you don't really need that because, like, for example, you are absolutely sure about, the value that you will need. Like, for example, if you are working here, the number 8, or let's say the number 3, the offset from here, you don't need to rotate your screen to know that
right.
it's this one. You already see it here.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was trying. That's the point I guess I'm getting to. I need to focus more on the dialog box than focusing on what's actually on the 3D screen or
Exactly.
that's in the yeah. And
And
that way,
one,
once I know that these values are set right, then that connection is going to be right.
yeah, exactly. And, maybe
It's a little quirky for me.
yeah, no, it's really, it's only a matter of time.
I mean, but I like it. I like it. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I like it. It just don't get it. Yeah, I mean, it's not a problem. It's just
Yeah.
it's something I'm getting used to.
Yeah, yeah, I fully understand. Maybe guys, you need to practice those bracings. I will let you 10 minutes for that. I will be right back after your practice.
Okay.
Seems to
Okay.
be good.
Yep.
If you have some questions, just write them down. I'll be ready in 5-10 minutes.